My back. Oh my god, I need to scratch my back. Trying to find a corner that will help me out. Okay. Lovely. to start like that way. Okay, it's gonna be even more embarrassing to do a tour in my neighborhood because probably a lot of people won't even expect someone speaking English here. I don't know. Or even worse, I could encounter more people that I know. Okay, well, hello everybody. Well, first of all, let me tell you that I had to move the tour earlier because, as you know, it's winter, so light is going off before earlier, and that's why I figured that by starting at 4, we would end up at a time that would be too dark for the tour. But just last minute, I'm adding one extra part of this tour. So we start from a place and we'll come back to the same place. So we're gonna do a tour like that. I'm not gonna walk. We're gonna use the car twice, and that's why I have the help of someone, which will be relieved just at the end of the tour as a little mystery, as you know. And so, but definitely this person will help me out, holding the gimbal while I'm driving, of course. I'm sure a lot of people are wondering why using a gimbal in my neighborhood, which is not the city center, still Rome, but not the city center. And but yes, we'll come back to this place at the end because there's a reason why, and one of the reasons is that it's Christmas, and that's why I want to come back. Anyways, again, hopefully most of you got to know that I sent a message to everybody and got to know that I would start the tour earlier, and because I don't want anybody to miss this, which actually seems to be it's not a city center, so it seems to be less interesting. Not at all. If you read a little bit the description, I'm gonna show you 2 film locations. So, and I remember exactly when the first film that we're gonna talk about was filmed here. It was a mess because here, even if it's not a city center, we are in what we consider the main shopping street of our neighbor, and actually it's one of the most beautiful shopping streets of Rome. It's super beautiful. You will notice this at the end of this tour, and so so it's already very crowded. It's a mess because of all the shops, especially in Christmas, blah blah blah. So imagine setting a film here with Lady Gaga. We're gonna start from that, and so everybody was going crazy, and traffic was you don't even want to know. Anyways, next tour, hopefully. I'm sorry that I've been a little always last minute, but the thing is, I'm not busy. I'm extra busy, and also a lot of things are happening, and not super nice, and so that's why I'm always like struggle. But I'm always striving to give you a tour at least once. But I know that it's always last minute. I'm gonna try my best, probably, to prepare a little plan ahead, because this will help me out, of course. Also, next Sunday, there is another transport block. It's not a strike. It's more, we call it the Eco Sunday. And sometimes Rome municipality decides to do Eco Sundays This means that most of the old cars, or most of the cars, are not able to drive in the city, in the city center, and also the surrounding areas. Anyways, beautiful autumn time, and I will show you because there are beautiful trees here. Anyways, if you're ready, send some hearts, and in the meantime, reminding you as always that this is a free tour, but it's supported by you, so you can spread the word with your family and friends. Let them know about these tours at Rome, let them know about this guide, let them know that we see any parts of Rome and even outside Rome, and also let them know that they can support me through the links that you can find in the description below, which are PayPal and Buy Me a Coffee. You can find in the description below or in the description of the channel as well. So both ways. And at any time during the tour, after any rewatching, and blah blah blah. So apart from the links, we're ready to start. And so as I was saying, sorry, so because of this Eco Sunday, we won't do a tour next Sunday. We will probably anticipate it to Saturday, or we may skip it or do a cooking tour. So I still need to take a decision on that. Okay, we're ready. So let's change the camera. Well, first of all, I want to show you the beautiful trees which I was looking at while I was talking to you with this intro, because it's a beautiful fall area. We have lots of trees in this area. It's nothing, I mean, of course you won't see any famous landmarks, but I want to start, and I'm gonna place myself a little bit more into the inside so that we won't have any sound. Okay, so we are ready for the first spot. So let's start with this. Great colors, yes, yes. I love my neighbors. Okay, give me a sec, I'm setting up. It's not easy with one hand. Maybe there's too much. I'm gonna show you it again. Well, let me set it up here. Maybe it's much better. Yeah, let's do like that. Maybe much better. Okay. Sorry. There you go. So this is the scene where she enters the shop of Gucci, and you will recognize some of the flowers outside and this writing, of course, and I will tell you more about it later. Let's do it again, just to make sure that you all watched it.
Che splendore, che bello vedere. Venite, venite. Ho tanto da mostrare.
By the way, if you want to watch the movie again, and that part of the of the scene. Maybe when I'm in the car I can show you it again. Donna Summer, yes, that's correct. I'm sorry, of course, for the screening. I was figuring out a way to maybe put the link on Drive and blah blah blah, but it was a little bit complicated. But maybe I can show you again when we are in the car. Now, let me tell you more about this, because the shop that you're gonna see, we're not there yet. The shop that you're gonna see has not the Gucci writing on top of it. This is House of Gucci. It doesn't have it because the actual shop has a different name that you will see now. It's called Inside. But because of that movie, on purpose, they changed the writing to Gucci when they filmed it, and then they got back to the real name, which was Inside. So you won't see the writing Gucci, but you will see a different name. Just to let you know about this, okay? Okay, let's go see it. Okay. And this is the one. So you recognize the vases, the plant vases that were in the movie? You all remember about the movie. So this is the actual shop, which they transformed it into Gucci. And that's where Al Pacino was inside waiting for Lady Gaga to get in. These are the vases. We're gonna go all around, and this is the real name Inside. Beautiful light. And all like that. Now we're gonna have to wait a little. You see the writing inside. And I'm gonna show you also on the other way, the other light, so you see you have a better view. Okay, so you see, this is the real name of the shop inside. Sorry for the noises. You may all remember the story that tells you the story of Gucci, which on March 27, 1995, it was murdered on this brutal way by his wife. And it was in Milan. It was not in Rome, of course, but they shot the scene here in Rome instead. And this happened in front of its building. Maurizio Gucci was killed by his ex-wife Patrizia Reggiani, who was not accepting the fact that she was an ex-wife anymore, and so she decided to murder him. Then she was convicted in 1998, so 3 years later, as the instigator of the murder. So she was not the one actually shooting him, but she was the one that paid for the murdering. And then she finished her sentence in 2016. So 8 years ago, she got freed. In House of Gucci in 2021, the film, by the way, directed by Ridley Scott. All the events lead up to the tragic end, and that I just mentioned. But not everything that is said in the movie is true. For example, in the film, the real Patrizia Reggiani, played again by Lady Gaga, never worked as an accountant in her father's company, and also one of the film's strong points is that Lady Gaga's performance, for sure. But I don't know if you knew, actually, she wasn't the first one to be chosen for the role. Another famous actress was actually picked, which was Angelina Jolie, and then another actor was actually chosen for the male role, and that was Leonardo DiCaprio. So we would have had Leonardo DiCaprio and Angelina Jolie together, but then they chose for Lady Gaga instead. Yeah, the title of the movie is House of Gucci, not the story of Gucci. House of Gucci. So they opted for for Driver and for Gaga because they fit the roles better. Another curiosity, I don't know if you knew, that to best herself, sorry, I'm gonna show you better. See, these are the vase in the scene that I'm gonna show you again once in the car. There you go. So as I was saying, to best himself in the role, Lady Gaga did a lot of research. She used a lot of elements and documents, but she never wanted to meet the real Patrizia Gucci, or Reggiani, we should say, who actually complained that she had not been contacted by the actress. But Gaga explained that she didn't want to feel influenced by her own idea of the character, which is a choice that allowed her to give her own personal touch on the set. In fact, one of the film's iconic phrases, if you remember, Father, Son, and House of Gucci, was actually completely improvised and made up by Lady Gaga and captivated the entire audience. Father, Son, and House of Gucci. Okay. Now I'm gonna get in the car. So it's funny because I thought, okay, this is gonna be even easier. It's gonna be my neighbor. Not at all. This hopping off in the car, it's not easy at all. Let me show you the scene again, because you didn't watch it right before, so I want to make sure that you you watch it fairly. Okay, now it's much better. Let's do it from the beginning.
Ciao! Che splendore! Che splendore! Che bello vedere! Venite, venite! Ho tanto da mostrare!
Okay, and you saw it probably better. You saw the bases as well. I had to bring this extra phone for the sorry. There you go. Now that I'm in the car, I won't be able to read the chat. Okay, so because I will be driving till the next spot, and actually we'll get closer to a place. I'll show you in a bit. Okay, it's not far. Now, next destination will be Bicycle Thief. Now, give me a little seconds because there are cars coming, so I need to get out. We're gonna see two locations connected to Bicycle Thief. One is where we're going now, so it's our second stop, and the third one will be towards our finale. So we'll see actually 3 scenes from Bicycle Thief, not just one like in Lady Gaga. This was very short. Just to give you some infos in the meantime, just to give you some infos in the meantime, now that I'm trying to get out, I don't know what you're saying, if you're supporting, if you're commenting or anything, but I will read everything after, so don't write too much. Lights are already turning on, but we'll see them after. Probably in the meantime you can see some of the shops of this fashionable street here in our district. What I can tell you is that the location where we're going, which again is one of the locations of, I know you're seeing my profile, one of the locations of Bicycle Thief, because Vittorio De Sica, which I'm sure most of you know, he's the Italian director that mostly awarded from the States. Actually, Italy is #1 country in the world for foreign movies, for Oscars for foreign movies, and this I believe was the first or the second movie that won an Oscar from Italy. In 1948 it was the movie, but he won the Oscar in 1950, and Vittorio De Sica won even more for more movies as well. Then Federico Fellini came, and so more directors from Italy won. But this movie is actually considered the beginning of the neorealism in cinema in the world, and Italy is the country of this cinematic movement. Now, as we approach the location, we'll of course need to find parking, which I'm gonna hope it's gonna be easy. And there's something that disturbs my back. I don't know. C'ho qualcosa alla schiena che mi gratta. Okay. Now, some curiosities as we approach the location is that the director, anzi lo fai tu. The director wanted to use on purpose actors that were not professional. They were all amateur, and as a matter of fact, they had never had experience in acting before this movie. Why? To make it even more real. And that's one of the characteristics of the neorealism. Again, the Italian cinematic movement that then spread all over. When America, United States, tried to make the same movies with the same characteristic, it didn't work out that well because the actors were not real. I mean, not real, sorry. The actors were not amateur, they were professional, so they were faking their realism. Instead, in Italy, nobody had to fake, because here we're talking about, when I say neorealism, and these are all from my studies in the States, by the way, so I need to thank my professor Josh Canning when I was studying in Santa Monica College and UCLA in Los Angeles, not UCLA, Santa Monica College. And I remember that we actually saw Bicycle Thief, and I'm gonna tell you more about it. And he told us, like, Italians were so much better at this movement because the first characteristic of the neorealism was that of being real. And how you make real? With real people, with people that don't need to act in order to show their acting, in order to show their performance, blah blah blah. They just do whatever they do normally, daily life. And so that's why all these movies ended up being the best of that era, because they were real. As real as real life. So we could probably say that that Italian movement of neorealism was probably, acting is a sort of faking in a way. You are pretending to be someone else. Well, in that case, you were not pretending. So probably the only cinematic movement where you don't need to pretend. Ma tu vuoi salire come sopra? C'è il murales, bellissimo. No?
Spostali così.
Okay, now I need to find parking because we're almost there, so just give me a few seconds. Okay. Been lacking with the parking today. It's not gonna be that easy. I'm sorry. There's a person waiting. Okay. No, è corto?
No, entri, piano piano entri.
Oh my god, I don't think I fit. Okay. This is tough. It's fine. Just bear with me. Guarda tutto lo spazio che avevo avanti. Share a lot of space in front. Why? Qui non esco più. Perché non ho fatto perché dall'altra parte?
Despacito. Ok.
Devo parcheggiare avanti.
Perfetto.
Però poi devo parcheggiare avanti.
No, via lugar.
Sì, c'era. Ok. Wait. Non ero attaccato. Ok. Now let's get out. Let me see if there's some I wanna see if there's some was walking to the store, blah blah blah. They had to fake the real. Okay. Now let me thank first of all Cheryl for your support. Thank you so much. And now before we get off, I want to show you the scene in the car, because as before, it's probably better. Okay. Wait, I'm gonna place this here. So you can actually recognize this staircase.
Andiamo de nonno, ma che stai sordo? Andiamo. Sì, c'è il posto, Attacchino.
So this staircase that where the man is, we're gonna see it right now.
Ti dai sta carta e ti porti il libretto. Ricordati di portare la bicicletta. Ci vuole la bicicletta. Ci sta scritto per lì, no?
Okay, now we're gonna go see this.
No, vado a prendere le bottine.
Ah, sì. Poi le chiavi. And now we're gonna go see Joyce. Thank you for your support. It's not the other way. Okay, so that's the scene from the movie. I'm gonna show you the little plaque as well where the movie is shot. See, I figure to make a tour of my neighborhood would be easier. No, actually harder. Anyways, bicycle thief. We are in Via Scarpanto, Scarpanto Street. Let me tell you a bit more about the story. Antonio Ricci celebrates with his family. All people curious about my gimbal again. Anyway, they all this man in the movie celebrates his family with his family, the job he has painstakingly obtained, and which was movie poster sticker. And the family redeems the bicycle from the pawn shop, and we're in a very popular area of Rome. You see all the countryside, the open space that you saw in the scene, it's what you see in front. So before there was nothing here, and now all buildings. And so he redeems this bicycle from the pawn shop, and Antonio goes to work. He's passing a poster when his bicycle gets stolen, and he tries to chase the thief, but to no avail. And desperate, he begins this impossible search together with his son Bruno. And but I mean, poor Antonio tries everything to get this bike back, because he needs it for work, including visiting a medium as well. And one day he thinks he sees the thief, so he stops him and he calls a police officer, but nothing happens. With the soldiers, with the police officers, he searches the very poor house of the alleged thief, who at a crucial moment has a moment of epilepsy. I'm sorry. And so, even more desperate, Antonio, the protagonist, decides to steal a bicycle of his own. But I mean, this is not his job. He's not good at stealing, and so he's chased and caught by the crowd while he is stealing the bike. And they, of course, they would take him to police headquarters if it were not for the intervention of Bruno, his son, who moves the people and takes his dad away by a hand. And we will see that scene after. This is the staircase, the steps that are from the movie. And actually, you can see a plaque right in front. I don't want to be that intrusive. Actually, someone is getting out, so I don't want to be that intrusive. But you can see a plaque there. There you go, that plaque. That says that in this building, the master Vittorio De Sica in 1948 was filming Bicycle Thief. Okay, there are more filming locations apart from this one, but since this is a private building, I don't want to be that intrusive. But all the other ones are public, so we're gonna go that way. Okay, now we're heading towards the best part of the tour, where most of our tour will be, and so we'll see other locations from Bicycle Thief, the river where Romulus and Remus were abandoned. We'll also see the river where Rea Silvia, their mother, was actually found. Her body was found again, and we are gonna see a famous bridge where Charlemagne passed on, a beautiful church and all the surrounding area. So you will love this ending, which is not a real ending. There you go. Here we are. Okay. Okay, let me adjust this. So from now on, for a little bit, I'm not gonna be able to see the chat. And we're gonna try to get out from here, which is not easy. It was a very tight spot. Ok. Ma tu da qui a Piazza Sempione la sai?
Probabilmente passando, sì, là, dritto, capito dove? Al semaforo.
Vabbè, ti sentono.
Hi. Hello.
Non importa. Okay, it was a very tight spot, so I'm trying to do my best to get out fast, but it's not easy. And okay, finally ready to go. This is the last time we're parking somewhere, and that's it. Oh no, there's another spot. Sorry, this is a car tour. I don't know if you knew, but yes. Okay.
Oh.
Maybe I could have turned this way, but okay, it's okay. I'll just turn this way. Okay, so again, Piazza Sempione. Piazza Sempione, Sempione Square. Simplion would be the translation of Simplion. And forse di là, no?
No, dietro.
Ma sai che fai così, picca?
Ok, sorry.
Ok. see, because I don't see well. Okay, cool. Okay, so I mean it's very tough when you do it in the car. It's not very easy. Anyways, so as I was saying, we're gonna go to Piazza Sempione, which could translate into Sempione Square. I'm gonna tell you more when we get there. We're gonna see this church where actually Mussolini's brother was his funeral was held. Then we're gonna go to the bridge, where again I told you I mentioned Rea Silvia, mother of Romulus and Remus, and the twins that were abandoned in a basket in the river, not in the Tiber River, which you may think is, yes, of course it's the River Rome, it's the most important, but actually their mother's body was found in this other river, which is in my area, Aniene. I'm gonna spell it for you, A-N-I-E-N-E, Aniene River. And also it's the same river where the two twins were left in a basket and then found by the she wolf. And di là vado giro di qua. And then sorry, I'm not good with streets, I need to ask for help. And then we're gonna go to this bridge, which is beautiful, and supposedly is where Charlemagne passed on, so very famous one. We're gonna see a beautiful church as well, and again some other film locations, so two from The Bicycle Thief, which again I'm gonna show you before we actually get off from the car. Okay, now let me see if there's some question. Parallel parking was a huge enough for me. Thank you Dawn, thank you Dawn. And by the way, thank you Diane for your support. Thank you for always, so especially this tour, because it's not easy at all. It's a very tough one. I could read some of the chat because the light was red. Actually, instead of looking at me, we can actually see the traffic. Why not? I figured you would enjoy more. Hey, what's wrong with that? Yes. Bicycle Thief was made in 1948. Actually, I didn't mention something more. I forgot to mention that, again, as I told you, most of the actors in the field were amateurs, and we said that. He decided on purpose not to use professionals. And again, it was one of the cornerstones of the Italian neorealism. Why was this movement from Italian cinema was born? Because after World War II, the country was completely destroyed, and so the directors wanted to show the cruelty and the realm of everything surrounding them, and that's why they didn't need any professional. They just needed the people. The people were already sad. The people were already wrecked in a way because of everything happened during the war. They didn't need to act in order to be good actors, you know what I mean? So he didn't need professional for that. Actually, it was even better to use amateurs, and that's why, as I said before, when the United States tried to tried to do the same job, it didn't work out that well, because the actors in the States were actually real actors. They didn't suffer from the war in that case, and that's why all those Italian movies were a success, because they actually felt real. Another famous film from the same movement is Rome Open City. I don't know if you ever seen that one as well. But yes, The Bicycle Thief, which actually in Italian is called a different name, almost similar, but it's called Bicycles Thief. Actually no, Bicycles Thieves. So it's in the plural way. I got a wrong street, but it's fine. Perché tocchi? Sorry, we're gonna fix this.
No,
And sorry for the gimbal. And anyways, I don't know if you knew, but the child was chosen from the crowd watching the film.
non puoi girarmi troppo.
Sto parlando. And so it was actually a very curious boy, and the director Vittorio De Sica decided to actually take him for the movie because of his curiosity, and that's how it happened. He became the protagonist, the little Bruno Ricci. Again, I don't know if you knew, he won the Oscar as a Best Foreign Language Movie, as I said before, in 1950, so 2 years after. And basta spingere però, Okay, sorry, I don't know what's going on. It's probably the car that is doing this job, but I'll do my best to get to our spot on time. Sorry. As I was saying, when I was I remember that when I was a student at Santa Monica College, my professor Josh Canning, we were always watching movies in English, and so I always had to pay attention, blah blah blah. So it was tougher, of course, because it was not my native language, especially at the beginning. I mean, now you hear me speaking this way, but it wasn't always this way, especially at first. And so I remember once when he told me, well, today we're going to watch The Bicycle Thief. And I said, yes. And then he told me, finally, for the first time, you're not gonna have to pay attention much to focus because it's your native language. And all my other classmates were actually forced to read the subtitles. So of course, for once at least, I didn't have to, effort myself that much. But the movie, if you haven't watched it, it's beautiful. Again, it shows you also how a bicycle is, as a means of transport, is important because it was the only way he could go to work, and it shows you literally the poverty. So how the whole movie goes around these. It goes around all about this bicycle, the fact that someone steals it from him, and how he suffers from it, because without a bicycle he can't work. And so and the ending is the best. This little child, that tells the whole crowd, don't take my dad to prison. I know he did something wrong, because in order to get another bicycle, this man steals a bicycle himself. But then the crowd is emotionally touched by his son, that entices the whole crowd and the police not to take his father to jail. He says, I know that my dad stole another bicycle. Sorry, just give me a second because we're in the middle of a traffic problem here. There you go. Cosa?
No, niente. Posso?
No. We're in the. I know he stole another bicycle, but unfortunately, I mean, he was forced to do it, and so he touches everybody's heart at the end, and that's how the movie ends. Also, another beautiful scene is when the dad tells his boy. The boy asks his dad, "Where's the bicycle?" And the dad, instead of telling him they stole it, they say, "Oh, it's broken," just to not let the little boy suffer. Okay.
No, dovevi andare da là. Qua.
Okay, you're not seeing where I'm going, but I can tell you that I took the wrong street and now I'm going I'm almost in the city center. My bad, I know, I'm sorry, otherwise we would be there already. Let's see a little bit of this. Don't leave the tour because it's beautiful, especially the ending. You will love it, especially with the sunset. And I did it on purpose at this time, so you will love the ending of this tour. And then we will drive back to the fashionable street as a little gift to see all the lights on, and we will end the tour that way. But before, we have this big part of the tour. Okay, while I'm driving to the spot, even if I took the wrong street, we're not halfway, but almost. So I'm gonna do it now because, I mean, better to do it now than after. Again, free tour, but I need your support, just like two supporters did before, Shirley and Diane. And the more you support the tours, the more tours I can keep doing. So it's very, very important. So at least to keep one tour a week. And so you can support by clicking on PayPal and Buy Me Coffee links, which you can find in the description below. And in the description below, so in the description of the tour, but also in the description of the channel. If you have any problem, you can just message me on Facebook, so both public or messenger and private, and I can send you the links again. Now we are in a very traffic intersection. My bad, because otherwise we would be already at the point, but at least in this way we get to the bridge right away, which is not bad. Però almeno ci avviciniamo al punto. Conviene uscire perché tanto sta un po' qui. So bear a few seconds with me. And now we are about to approach the bridge. I'm gonna show you two locations. So again, we're gonna see some extras from the movie, The Bicycle Thief. One is from the square where the little boy works as well, and there's a gas station. You won't see the gas station anymore, which we don't know if the gas station was there for real or if the director decided to put it there on purpose. So it's something that we can never find out till now. And then we will go close to the river where the bridge is, part of the bridge is, and that's the final scene. So I will show you both in advance, because I figured that in the car there's less lights and shadows, and so you'll be able to see it better. And this street that we're driving is Via Nomentana, which is a very famous one because the square where we're going, Piazza Sempione, Sempione Square, if you drive straight along till the end, you get to the city center, so to Porta Pia, which is one of the gates of the railing gate, and it's exactly the point where the ancient Rome would start. So now we are outside the ancient Rome, but still in Rome, because of course Rome through the years enlarged and widened, and so it happened to be now it's way bigger than of course it was in ancient Roman times. Okay, now let's try to find some parking. So that we can get there you go. Questo è meglio lì? Sì. Però questo è più bello. Vabbè no, adesso va. Sono qua, no? Però non mi muovo bene dalla Sempione, da qui, Che dici? Se no. Okay. Now I'm gonna do a little backward, but okay. Ooh, sorry. Let me show you the scenes from the movie. There's not much light. What happened? Okay, there you go. The river. Okay. Ready to see the other extras? Let me show you in advance, okay? Maybe, I don't know, I'm figuring maybe it's better, no, maybe it's better that I show you after, because we are in front of the bridge and I want to show you the bridge now. So much better. Okay, let's get out. Okay, in this beautiful full area. Okay, beautiful park here, super autumny. Okay, and we are in front of the Nomentano Bridge. Look how beautiful. The bridge was erected at the point where Via Nomentana, the one that we were driving on, crossed the Aniene River, again the river that I mentioned throughout the whole tour. Look how beautiful. At the foot of Monte Sacro Hill, Monte Sacro, Holy Mount. Translates as Monte Holy Mount, which is also the name of the neighbor. A place traversed by the passage of transhuman herds since ancient times, and today he has a large travertine arch, as you see, and it is surmounted by this medieval fortification. There are two side ramp arches on each side, so on this one and on the other as well, which only one of the Holy Mount slope is preserved, so the one that we are on right now. Studies have shown that due to the materials used, by the way, marble, brick, of course, flint, tufa blocks, the original bridge can be dated between the late 2nd and early 1st century before Christ. And look how beautiful, even that door there, up there. This is a beautiful bridge, even probably more beautiful than the ones we see in the city center. By the way, the tradition has it that on this bridge, Pope Leo III, and by the way, there is his coat of arms right here. There you go. Met Charlemagne, Charles the Great, Who was Charlemagne? We mentioned him in during the Vatican tour. Do you remember that? Well, he is the one that descended to Rome to be crowned Emperor of the Holy Roman Empire in 800 Annus Domini. He was the first to be named Emperor of the Holy Roman Empire, if you remember well. Look how beautiful. Now we're gonna see a little bit of the bridge, which is super medieval. This is super old. I mean, again, we're talking about the 2nd and 1st century, guys, so it's super old. And this is the Aniene River. No, public can go up to the tower, but public can definitely cross the bridge, because that's what I'm doing right now. There's a little Madonna here, a little shrine, but the bridge is beautiful. I mean, nothing compared to others, but this is a beautiful bridge. Also, I don't know if you saw it, but I'm gonna go a little farther. But there was a famous Italian Netflix series also filmed here, since we're talking about films and series today, which is called Luna Park. There's only one season, unfortunately. Actually, a friend of mine plays a role in that series, and I love that series. Unfortunately, Netflix canceled it. Look how beautiful this bridge is, and look at the fall all around, the fall colors. I'm also gonna show you a little bit of the river, because again, since this is a quieter area, this is exactly the river that I was mentioning before. So the beginning of Rome, we could say. I mean, from the very foundation of the city, which tells us that Rea Silvia, again, was a priestess, the mother of Romulus and Remus, who had taken a vow of chastity. We all know the story. Mars, however, succeeded in possessing her, and from their union, 2 twins were born, Romulus and Remus. The 2 newborns were placed in a basket and abandoned on the river Aniene, the one that you're seeing right now, and entrusted to the current of the same river. On the banks of the Aniene, and you may also see some birds. I don't know if you happen to be able to do so. It is gorgeous. It's already gorgeous in fall with all these colors, right? Look at this beautiful screenshot. Come on, it's so beautiful. And as I was saying, on the banks of this river, they would be found and suckled by a she-wolf, as you know the story. Once they were grown, Romulus would kill then Remus to become the first king of Rome. I just made the story short because I don't want to go more on with the whole detail, because of course you know already that story. But not only the twins are linked to this river, as I said before, since the Vestal virgins who did not respect their vow of chastity suffered a violent death, Rea Silvia was buried alive, and but the river Aniene, into which the body had been thrown, resurrected her, taking pity on her, I believe, since she was not treated that well, since she was literally let her fall in the river. But then the banks, she was found again on the banks of the river Aniene. A little history while we're seeing this beauty in front of us. Just gonna show you a little around. This is a beautiful area. This would have been one of the finale of this tour, but we're gonna do it backwards because of traffic. But look at the lights of this bridge. It seems to be in a Shakespeare movie. And during summer, as someone was mentioning, summer, right there in front, they place beer stands and shops and everything for the summer and restaurants. So people, I also come here with Mickey sometimes, and we have a drink here because it's very beautiful in summer. So they fill the whole park with stands and everything. Look how beautiful. Okay, are we ready for our next stop? Okay, let's continue. Now we're gonna cross the park. I parked a little far, but it's fine. It's fine. Now we are approaching the other film location, so I want to make sure that sorry, it's so tough with two phones. Wow. Let me show you the other scene before we actually go on. Oh, sorry.
Sì, si è rotta.
So in this scene that I'm gonna show you again, there you go. We see this bridge that we're gonna see in a second. There you go. And then we're gonna see the boy that asked the father, is it broken? Referring to the bicycle. And he says, yes, it's broken. You see the river there? And the bridge. We're gonna see that bridge. I'm gonna show you right now. Is it broken? Yes, it's broken. And by the way, who has seen that movie? Who has watched that movie? I'm curious. Funny because I said, oh, it's okay, it's gonna be my neighborhood, it's gonna be faster. Not at all. Who has watched that movie? I'm climbing this little slope here to get to the bridge that we just saw in the movie. And also, you probably saw the river without any buildings around. Now, I can tell that the neighborhood we are is probably one of the most crowded in the area. It's very lively. And talking about cinema, I'm reading Nights of Cinema, Aperitif and Filming, Lectures, Analysis and Critical of Movies. Oh, that's nice. And this is the river where they were walking. But I'm gonna go on the other side so that we'll be able to see it better. You will probably leave. You've seen it? Yeah, Diane, it's a beautiful one. I'm glad you've seen it. You can already see some of the architecture here in the farthest, and we are in the heart of the neighborhood. And there in the distance, the church where Mussolini's brother burial was held. Funeral, sorry, not burial, funeral. I'm gonna wait for crossing, so bear with me, because they were walking right there, and the arches that you see in the movie, which I want to show you again. I know I'm probably being repetitive. See, it also says wait in English. I love that. You also see the real city here, because we're doing neorealism. Yeah, there you go. See, it's not a city center, it's the real people, it's the real part of Rome. So let's see that part again. Huh? You see? Wait, I want to show you the beginning. You see, this is where we are right now. And now we're gonna walk. Let's see the other part of the scene. There you go, this part. And we're gonna see the same arches in a few seconds. There you go, those arches. I'm gonna show you those arches right now. And the bridge that you're seeing is the one where we are. So this one, okay? Okay, there you go. Now we can cross. They were about to hit me. I'm like, what the hell? Seriously? Yeah, people. Let people cross. Okay, I'm gonna try to show you, because this is very... there you go. You already recognize the same bridge in the movie. The same one. Look. There you go. There you go. That one. And the real one. Wow, what an effect. What an effect. Okay. And this is exactly the street where they're walking. No, I don't want to wait for the light, so I'm gonna cross in a different part. Did you like that effect? Only on my channel. Okay, let's cross. Risking my life. Well, this is a very famous pub, but we come here sometimes because they offer food even late at night. How can traffic drive when pedestrian crossing? Because it's like, I think it's the same in, isn't it the same in California, where you can turn right even if because, I mean, it's because of the traffic light. It's green for cars to go right, but it's also green for pedestrians. Of course, pedestrians have the priority, so cars should stop. And once pedestrians are done crossing, then cars can go on. But yes, that's how it works. So it's not like they were wrong in driving in that moment, but they should have just waited for me to cross. I'm so happy that we're about to hit the heart of this neighborhood. This is where I live, people. This is where I hang out every Saturday or Friday. Even with Mickey, we come here to drink, to have a pleasant time, because honestly, city center has become so crowded that we prefer just to stay here. But You know what happened? Many people found out about this area, and now it looks like this is even more crowded than the city center. So how funny. Oh, you have, Adrian. Okay. Yeah, there's only one location when cars can go, and pedestrian too. When you have to turn to the right, and then but of course pedestrians first, then cars. Okay, before we go on, last scene from Bicycle Thief is here. You will probably recognize it. Look how beautiful this part of the neighborhood is. It's a beautiful one. That's the building dedicated to the district. And then the whole beautiful square all around. Now this is exactly the point that I'm gonna show you the other scene, because it's exactly you see the gas station there? It's not there anymore. There you go, you probably recognize the buildings.
Sono venuto con l'autobus. Andiamo.
And the father saying, and the father's like, I came with the bus, so let's go. I say, and what about the bicycle? And he doesn't respond. Then he asks him again in the scene that you saw before, and he say, it's broken. So let's see the scene so you can recognize the spot. Sorry, I'm just gonna put it back. The gas station was right here. And that's the building that we actually saw. I'm gonna show you the building again.
Sono venuto con l'autobus. Andiamo.
I want to show you the building. Let's see if we can see it. That building, there you go. There you go. See? Same one. Okay. I know, I'm sorry for all this filming thing. It was not easy at all. By the way, thank you so much, Bethin, for your support. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. A little effort paid off. Now I'm actually gonna go. Gonna stay a little farther so I can tell you more about this place, which is beautiful. Piazza Sempione, as I said before, Sempione Square, which is a square located in this beautiful neighborhood, the Holy Mount district, named after the Sempione passage between the Pennine and Leopontine Alps, the mountains of Italy, the range of Italy. And the square was built around 1920, and along with it several shops and school and post and telegraph offices, and also in 1948 a statue of Our Lady of Mercy right there in the middle. I'm gonna show you in a few seconds, which is also the patron saint of the district, and it was placed there in the center of the square, which is also a passage for cars as well, and buses. It divides buses from cars. You see it right there in the middle. And then coming to the square on Friday, as I mentioned before, or Saturday night, you will encounter huge crowds, as I mentioned before. young people here drinking, having a chat. In fact, the square and the whole area is full of bars, and young Italians love to hang out in the square while drinking and chatting. Let me cross so I can show you the Our Lady statue. There you go. You could almost say that yeah, I mean, as I said before, more people, as I said before, they feel more displaced than the city center, honestly. In any case, it's an important point in Rome, as Via Nomentana Street is starts from here, and walking straight down it takes you to downtown Rome. Now, the church that you're seeing is the Church of the Guardian Angel Saints. It was built around the same period, so 1924, 1925. And Pope Pius XI contributed 1 million of old currency, so liras, to its construction. And the church was visited by Pope John Paul II in 1986, so my year of birth. And it was dedicated to the guardian angels to commemorate the Church of the Guardian Angels at Tritone, which was to be demolished in the late 1920s. And externally, we see that the building has this monumental classical forms with a dome. Let's wait for the bus to go. There you go. Because this is a bus, also last stop for many buses. And the facade is divided in two orders, separated by the inscription Angelis Custodibus. You read it right there in the middle, which means to the guardian angels in Latin. And under the tympanum is a rose window. You see there, this beautiful window there. While the lower order contains the portal embellished with columns and canopy and architrave, and then the interior, which we are gonna try to see, let's cross, is very it's highly decorated, and there are frescoes in the dome as well. I'm gonna tell you more now before we enter, because I want to be silent when I get there. And painted by Arone del Vecchio in 1962, and they depict angels, the Archangel Michael and the Archangel Raphael. You see the writing there. And the Archangel Raphael, the Holy Trinity, and the Angels' Paradise as well. Then we're going to see the altar, which is decorated with images of angels, and two inscriptions revealing their presence in the lives of man. Primi Gressus Hominis, so the first steps of a man, and In Transitu Hominis, in the moment of a man's death, so the beginning and the end of a man's life. Now we're gonna get into the church, but there's a mass going on, so I'm gonna be super silent.
Perché diventino il corpo e il sangue del tuo Figlio, il Signore nostro Gesù Cristo, che ci ha comandato di celebrare questi misteri. Egli nella notte in cui veniva cadendo
Okay, literally I couldn't even walk. You probably saw the crowd was huge. and so I couldn't even show you more than that. It was full of people because it's Sunday. And also the priest mentioned, of course, that it's 100 years from the church construction, because it was built in 1924. So this whole year they are celebrating 100 years from the construction of the church. How do you love this area, which is getting already sunsety. Okay. Now, I will show you the mystery person behind the gimbal in the car, which you may already start guessing. And actually, it was her idea, because it's a she, to say, no, let's not end the tour with the square or the bridge. Let's end the tour with the lights of Christmas. And so we are gonna drive again to see the beginning of the tour, where House of Gucci was filmed, in this beautiful fashionable street, which at this time and at this point it's gonna be full of lights, because of course it's getting darker. And now we're gonna go back to the bridge, but from another side, so you're gonna love it. And I'm gonna show you even more of this beautiful neighborhood. It's just a little trafficy, but lively and lovely. We're not done yet, Nancy. With Mickey, we always wanted to show you our neighborhood. Actually, there's much more, let me tell you. I want to tell you few more things that we're not gonna see today because of few reasons. There's a famous statue of Simón Bolívar, the liberator of Americas. The statue was destroyed by vandals, so that's why we're not going there. Then in this area, starting from here and all around, you're gonna see, no, you're not gonna see, but there's a huge area called Città Giardino. Translates in English into Angel's City. Angel's Garden. What am I saying? Città Giardino. Garden City, I'm sorry. Garden City. You're not gonna see it now, but if we go backwards, you're gonna see some of the most beautiful buildings of the area. And it's the upper class district there, and you see all these medieval structures here, because we are getting close to the bridge again. So the statue, we're missing the Garden City, but because of technical reasons, signal is not that good in the area, and also the statue was destroyed during summer. Oh, this is pants, yes. During summer, close to the bridge also, because I didn't mention that. So in front of the bridge, they place stands, they do live music, bars, restaurants, but just for the summer. So it's all like, they build a structure there for the summer, and then they take it off. But before the bridge, there's an area dedicated to cinema, open cinema. I don't know if you do that in your country, but all around Rome, we do open cinema areas. So it's summer, people enjoy a cinema outside with a huge screen, and we just enjoy that. So, still didn't guess who the person behind the camera is. I did the whole tour all around. I love this. And now we're getting to the bridge through the other side, but we already saw that side. and it's already getting darker, so it's a perfect timing. I'm glad I did the tour a little earlier, because otherwise it would have been too dark after, and now we can actually see how it's getting darker and the beautiful Christmas lights on my district, which, to be honest, are my favorite of all Rome, even of the city center. But of course we're gonna have Christmas tours for sure, and you don't have to miss those, okay? I love that writing there that says more trees, less cops. And the car just parked there. No. More trees, less cops. I agree. Anyways, this is another entrance to another park, and this is the area dedicated to the cinema during summer. Just a beautiful trees area. And again, back to the bridge, which now is darker, of course. There you go. I love that. I think it's the best. Let me show you the river once more. This bridge is just like so, and that's why they decided to film the, okay, I love, everybody does, and that's why they decided to film the series. Again, go see it because it's very beautiful. It's called Luna Park, Luna Park. Luna Park for us is like an amusement park. Luna means moon in Italian. To say, when we want to call amusement parks in Italian are called moon parks, but I don't mean the big ones, I mean the small ones for children. That series is called that way, Luna Park, meaning look how beautiful this meaning that's a place for children, like a playground and rides and blah blah blah. And that series is called that way. It's a beautiful one, and you will recognize, if you see it, that the house of the protagonist is placed right here under this bridge. I know, Don, but maybe in summer it's not that bad. I mean, I've been to England, like in Northampton and other places, and I must say that some summers were even hotter than in Italy. I mean, almost. Of course it gets way hotter here. Anyways, let me show you who's behind the camera. And it's my sister.
Hi.
So she helped me out today with handling the gimbal. So let's give some support to my sister as well. Anyways, we're gonna go through the beautiful lights street, and there will be, oh, there you go, and there will be our finale. So we're not done yet. You're gonna love that beautiful finale, okay? Stay with me. Ci siamo. Ok, perfetto. Fa tutto il giro, vieni. Quanto ci ho messo? Poco. Okay, it's time to get out of here. Let's put the seatbelt. Lo lascio accesa?
Fa la prova? No.
Ah, ok, I need to leave it on. Come mi vedono bene?
Oh, yes. Sì.
Okay, so hopefully you enjoyed the tour. We're gonna have more movie tours, but they're gonna be only movie tours. But I mean, in a way, I prefer to put the videos on another phone so that you have the effect to see the scene and then directly the real place, the real location. But on the other side, I probably prefer, maybe, I don't know, you tell me, you let me know in the chat if you prefer to have links that you can watch yourself. So probably you have, of course, a better viewing, but maybe less direct. Let me know in the chat. I will, if you comment on it, I will read it in a few seconds as soon as the light is red. And we're not that far from the fashionable street, which is a very beautiful one. And also it's very close to the biggest, we're close to, in our area, we have the biggest shopping mall of Italy, not Rome, Italy, which is called Porta di Roma, Door of Rome. Mostra lì, questa meglio.
Yes.
You see the church in front that we're crossing the bridge again now with the car, where the bicycle thief was filmed. Audrey's sister, yeah. Let me see. Okay, so you like this version better. I'm glad you liked it this way better. Okay. I'm glad you're all there with me still. By the way, all the support today will be given to my sister, so be supportive. I had to bother her, and she was busy studying, and I had to bother her, and I was like, no, please, otherwise I can't do the tour. So yes. Anyways, now we're back into the heart of the neighborhood. I'm sure that you prefer to see outside than me. Mostra questo. See, this is my, how you call it? I call it Arbor Magique. In French, we call it the French way. And this one says, if you're rich, I'm single. Anyways, you're gonna have to wait a few minutes, probably 2 or 3, no more, because there's a little traffic. It's Sunday, people are out, and you will see that in a few hours people are gonna get here, as I said before, because it's a lively place. They're gonna get here to have a drink and aperitif and happy hour. So we're approaching that time. I'm glad that we started a tour earlier, because it would have been too dark now. But now it's a perfect time to see the lights. Okay. Still can see the chat, so I will in a few seconds.
We are walking on Nomentano Street. This is one.
Yeah, my sister's saying this is still Nomentana Street, but towards the outside of the city, not towards the city center. But we're approaching the shop street again. For those who missed the beginning, where House of Gucci was filmed with Lady Gaga and Driver. Which I'm gonna tell my sister in Italy that she probably doesn't know. The other 2 actors were to be in the movie. Sapevi che Angelina Jolie e Leonardo DiCaprio dovevano fare il film?
Davvero?
Sì, veniva lei, avevo detto. E invece hanno scelto Lady Gaga.
Leonardo DiCaprio che doveva fare?
I'm saying this because my sister is a big fan of Angelina Jolie. That's why. Lui doveva fare. So Leonardo DiCaprio had to play Maurizio Gucci, and Angelina Jolie had to play the wife, so Patrizia Reggiani. But instead, they opted for Driver and Lady Gaga. Which, I mean, Lady Gaga is has Italian heritage, so I feel like it's probably better. Let me see a little bit of the chat. Okay, I like that. So you like it on the phone as well. I'll let you like it on the phone. Okay, I'm gonna keep it on the phone. Then you probably have the effect of you see the scene and then the real thing, so it's probably better. Where are we? Okay. I'm sure it's already wintry time in most of Europe and North America. But my friends in Argentina and South America are already in the pool and swimming. I mean, I'm a little jealous. Okay, you ready for the lights? By the way, in front here on the right, yes, these that you see on the right are the studios where most of the Italian shows are filmed, and this is the famous Rai. Rai is the Italian TV channel here, so that's why you see some people also outside. They're filming all the time. See the studios at Mostra Ancora? See how big the building is? Because these are all the studios. They're not the only studios in the city, but most of the shows are in my neighborhood. So this is how important my neighborhood is, even if we're not in the city center. Okay, we're ready for the lights. As we're gonna in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0 seconds. There you go. I'm gonna try to go as slow as possible. Look how beautiful. You see, this is where we were before, but of course it has a totally different effect at night. And it was my sister's idea. I say, oh yeah, well, she said, no, let's come back. I say, well, okay, fine. And you see, of course, all the shops on the sides. And this is just one side of the street, of course, but there's also the other side. Okay, now let me park real quick. Thank you. It was very tough. It was 4 times the car. It was not easy at all, trust me. I say, oh, it's gonna be my neighbor. It was super easy. No. Not anymore. Thank you for the compliments. Hopefully you enjoyed the Christmas lights as well. Winter Europe. Yep. And those are the first lights of this year in Rome, but we're gonna see more in the future. Anyways, thank you for staying with me. Thank you from my sister as well. And we are gonna go have maybe some hot chocolate, and again, free tour, but if you want to support, you can do so by clicking on the links below, both PayPal and Buy Me Coffee, in the description of the tour, in the description of the channel. And if you have any problem, you can just contact me and I will send you the links. I'm a good driver, yes, safe driver, good driver. Okay, have a lovely Sunday, and almost 2 hours together. Wow. Bye bye.